Have you ever wondered what 3-week-old kittens are like? They're cute and squirmy and require a bit more attention than just a normal cat. Well, for the most part, they just squirm around and sleep a lot. They can barely stay awake unless they're hungry or excited to see me. I spend a lot of time feeding them, cleaning them, and asking what they're doing.
What are you doing?
I know the answer is getting ready for nap time, but it's still something I'm curious about. They're not very sturdy and tend to flop around a lot. Their muscles aren't very strong yet. At this age, their eyes are a deep blue, which isn't their permanent eye color. It's only blue because they don't have pigment yet in their eyes, which will come later, in a couple of weeks. The setup I have for them is in my bathtub. They have a warm bed with a snuggle-safe heat source so that they stay warm. They're not able to regulate their body temperature at this age, so it's really important to give them a heat source. Did you know from the time they're born to roughly 3 weeks of age, a kitten will sleep 90% of the time? That's roughly 22 hours in a day. This is called the neonatal period. While sleeping, kittens will sometimes jerk, kick, and even whimper. This is called activated sleeping. It's totally normal. It's the newborn kitten's only means of exercise, and it really helps them develop muscles which will be used later.
What are you doing, Pumpkin?
It's so cute how they try so hard to stay awake, but you can just tell they're ready to knock out. Kittens can begin to crawl when they're around 18 days old and can start to stand on their own at 21 days old. Kittens should be weighed regularly on a gram scale, at least once a day. Steady weight gain is so important and a good indication that a kitten is doing well. I don't recommend giving a bath to a kitten unless they really need it, especially when they're less than 4 weeks old. In this case, Rebekah is just learning to use a litter box on her own and made a bit of a mess that required a quick butt bath with very mild, non-fragrant soap. I like to use 7th generation Free and Clear. I only wet her lower half, quickly towel dry her off, and into a warmed blanket she goes. Kittens at this age have very little subcutaneous fat, and they don't have the capacity to constrict their blood vessels to retain body heat. This means they can't regulate their own body temperature and require a heat source. I like to use Snuggle Safe because it stays at a warm and constant safe temperature for them. At this age, they're not very good at keeping themselves clean and require some assistance. I usually clean them with baby wipes or a warm washcloth. Stay tuned for a video on how I feed them, help them use the bathroom, and clean them off.